Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. This is Sarah with Divine Love Healing LLC. If you are new, welcome to my channel. And if you have been with me from the beginning, then I am so grateful for your support, and I'm so grateful for everybody who is watching today, regardless of when you join me. So if you're new to my channel, I tend to do a wide variety of videos, but one of the most consistent ones that I've done of late, within probably the last year or so, is to tap into the energies of each zodiac sign when that energy comes in. So we are about to enter Libra season tomorrow, which is September 23rd, and I have my own self-created decks for each zodiac element. So Libra is an air sign. So today we will be looking at the air sign vibes oracle deck, and then I have also pre-shuffled with some of my other decks, including the Halloween Tarot and Animal Totem Affirmations, and I also am using decks from other creators. So I will put links down below to all of the different decks if you are interested in checking any of those out. Also today we have fall equinox. So as you guys can see, I've already got out these are some of my little fall decorations. I'll probably try to do some more themed videos, as we go on, because this is definitely my favorite season. I think this little guy, I think it's too bright to even see what it says, but it says pumpkin kisses and harvest wishes. So I just thought that was super cute, and I love it. But so this, in addition to doing my traditional air sign vibe, pick a card, this is also going to tap into the energies of the equinox. We also have a new moon coming up on the 25th, and that new moon is also in Libra. So there's just a lot happening with that energy of Libra, which is, the duality, the balance, sometimes the indecision. So what I'm getting as far as the overall energies right now, I'm getting that we came out of Leo season in July-August timeframe. And that's always a time, it's a very powerful time where people awaken. They start to get, literally a fire lit under them to start pursuing, putting some things out there, maybe new creative passions, maybe wanting to change jobs, maybe wanting to change relationships. You get this fire that's lit within you, right? And then when you enter Virgo season in August, that's when, with that earth energy, you really start to plant the seeds. You start to take action. You start to try to, put in some physical, tangible efforts to bring these dreams into fruition. And then I think, what I'm getting, at least, in my life, and what I'm seeing happen with a lot of people, in general, is now all of these opportunities, things that even maybe seeds you planted a year ago, in my case, right? All these opportunities are flooding in. All of these doors are opening. All of these possibilities are like, whoa, I never would have dreamed this could be possible, or this could be possible. And so with the Libra season, the air is like really fueling that fire coming in of all these things, but you have that indecision. You have that, I've got to find balance, right? I want to pursue this option, but gosh, I gotta rest. I gotta balance my free time, or I've got to balance finances with, does this make sense for me to make this choice or this choice? And what's really fascinating to me is that when I looked up the information on the new moon, which again is the 25th, also in the sign of Libra, for the Eastern Standard Time Zone, that new moon is occurring at 5:55 a.m. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So 555 is the, major number of change. Fives can be challenging, but I feel like in this case, any kind of changes that are coming into our lives, it's to get us on the path of where our soul deep down truly wants to be. So in that regard, we may be feeling kind of a pull to make a choice, to make a decision, maybe at a crossroads, maybe where something's not in balance, we want to get there. So that's just some general information on that. I will, I have time stamped, and there should be a link for you to actually click on each segment of the video, depending on which option you pick. But basically what I do with these pick a cards is I've pulled an air sign vibe oracle card from my deck, and that is kind of the overall theme. It's what air sign vibe Libra, during Libra season is affecting your life, right? It could be something, a challenge that, challenging energy that you need to work through. It could be an opportunity coming in. It could be something that you're working on bringing in, something positive, because there are shadow cards in this deck and there are positive cards. So we just, we see however the reading, takes over once I look at the cards. And all of the other cards are clarifiers. We're going to use the Halloween Tarot as the clarifier to kind of figure out what else is going on. We've got some gateway cards, Sacred Forest, some affirmations, and I do have a Moonology manifestation card in here. Those are geared more towards new moon energy. So I'm really excited to tap into this. And I'm not sure if you guys can really see how I have these set up, but hopefully you were able to see the picture too in the beginning to see which ones you wanted to pick. But number 1 is going to be the Aventurine Pumpkin. Number 2 is the Amethyst Skull. And number 3 is the Obsidian Witch Hat, which is just so cute. You guys can see I am totally going with the fall theme already. So in some cases, there were multiple cards from certain decks that wanted to come out, so it varies for each one. Feel free to watch all 3 and take what resonates for you. If you'd like to book a reading with me, to look into your specific situation, I offer a wide variety of types of readings: general readings, romantic readings, career readings, zodiac analysis if you want to look more into your natal chart. So all that information is down below. So we are going to go ahead now and we will get started with number 1, which again is the Aventurine Pumpkin. And I will hold up the cards and try to prop some up here if I can, so you guys can see the images that we're working with. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Wow, this is some powerful energy, guys. It's all good. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I really got chills with this. So the air sign vibe card that you got is the Star. This is the tarot card key. So in these decks, my vibe sign oracle decks, there are general energy cards, and then there are also 3 tarot card key cards and 3 natal chart key cards. So that'll go with each one. So Aquarius, Gemini, Libra are air signs. So you yourself could be an Aquarius, or you have an Aquarius in your life, that's an important person in your life. It doesn't have to be, but that could be further confirmation. But this is destiny and alignment. This is energy of everything is coming together for you. Even if you maybe haven't seen the results yet, I'm getting that maybe you've been in your head somewhat lately, like, oh my God, like, am I making the right decision? Is this really the right path meant for me? Because I feel like you've been waiting a long time for things to come to fruition. You've been working very, very hard and feeling that this is the right path, but there's just this like waiting, right? Because from the tarot card clarifiers, and there were 2 that wanted to come out here from the Halloween Tarot, we've got the Temperance card, which is a major arcana. Also the Star is a major arcana as well. And what that means is that it's a much stronger energy. It's more of a, you could say, destined outcome, although people have free will. Energies change and shift. I always say this in my readings. I could pull cards for the pumpkin, pile 1 in an hour, and get totally different cards. But when you get major arcana, it tends to be something that's more of a, hey, pay attention, hey, this is something that is coming to fruition, and that has the strong possibility to come to fruition. So the Temperance is an energy of healing, but it's really more of patience. It's of waiting. It's of putting in the work. And sometimes, when we're on that path, again, I was just saying in the introduction, there were seeds I planted a year ago, over a year ago, started planting, with my business, and nothing was happening. And, I thought, gosh, what am I doing wrong? And then you try to force it and you question yourself and you get in this, Eight of Swords energy, which it's hard to see the image, but there's this ghostly figure and she's like behind this gate. And so the Eight of Swords it's like a self-imposed imprisonment. Like she is like dying, feeling like she's trapped in there, but she can free herself, right? It's all about getting out of your head and trusting and having faith that the path that you're on is the right one. I mean, the star energy is confirmation of that. It's confirmation that things are happening. I mean, and look at this, destiny here. There's destiny written right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not as much there, but destiny is written on that my little prop here. And we've got some other double confirmation coming out, which is why I was so blown away. So just wait till you see that. What we've got from the Everyday Witch Oracle, which is just super cute. I just love the artwork in this. Transformation and change. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, guys. That's when I was saying the new moon coming in, 555. That's the energy of change. That's the energy of shifts, of things coming into alignment, of things coming together, right? You've just got to be patient a little longer and get out of your head and give gratitude. Oh my gosh, and one of the cards says that. I can't even make it up. But you can see the butterflies there. It's like flying on this sparkly path. It's like magic. It's like the birth of, coming out of the cocoon. Is what I'm getting. It's like everything coming together. It's just like knowing that you've got this, like you're ready to fly, and having that confidence, having the confidence to know that you're on the right path and everything is happening as it should in divine timing. And that's interesting too, because this pumpkin is orange. Now that's associated more with the sacral chakra, but to me, the sacral chakra, just like the solar plexus, both of them together, I feel like are kind of your confidence, creative powerhouse. So what we have for the Gateway Oracle is exceeding expectations. I soar into excellence. And I mean, look, like she's about to take that broom and soar. I mean, the way these are coming together, I don't even know, you guys. I mean, seriously, I know, like I shuffle off camera. I don't see the cards. Everything was shuffled. And if you guys watch some of my other videos, you'll know that I do shuffle on camera sometimes. But sometimes it just blows my mind. I'm like, I could not, like if I had tried to sit down and pick a pile and what I wanted to come out, I mean, wow. See, it's showing that everything that you've planted, it's about to come forth. And it's going to exceed your expectations. You are going to be successful. All the hard work is going to pay off. And how do we know that? I mean, bees, bumblebees, they are the ultimate, spirit totem of perseverance, of hard work, of, thinking that, bees aren't they, isn't it physically, if you look at them, like scientifically impossible for them to fly, yet they do it, right? It's like sometimes you feel like, God, this dream is impossible. It's never, that's the Eight of Swords energy. It's never going to come to fruition. And then boom, right? This is also the number 5 card, which is crazy. This is from the Sacred Forest Oracle, but it's the bee spirit. The bee spirit is with you. Prosperity means it's going to be successful, right? Exceed expectations. You've also got from the Animal Totem Affirmations, bee. I mean, let's see what I have 88 cards. 88 cards in that deck. And you got that one. And also, the angel number, again, 5 is change. 7 is the spiritual path you're on, is the spiritual journey. When I see 777, that's when I know, like, okay, I'm on the right path. A lot of times I'll see it when I start to question my faith or question, like, what am I doing? Is this the right thing? And it's like 777. The bee's affirmation says, I persevere and reap the rewards. Oh my God, you guys, it's like the bee flying to the nectar. You've got like all of the plants coming to grow, and wow. So the advice that I would, that you've got from the new moon is practice gratitude. So that's what I was saying is, stay in that, gratitude state for the things you have currently versus, feeling that impatient energy. When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? The Eight of Swords energy, and trust and know that everything is coming into alignment as it should be, in the right time. Because these cards, I mean, it's rare that, it happens, but to have all of these positive things come in. And I guess, the only one sometimes people can look at as, not necessarily negative, but sometimes as scary is, the transformation and change, because change is scary. Change is sometimes not fun. But just know that if during this time, this season, this fall equinox, changes are coming in for you that maybe you weren't expecting or wanting to happen, you have to trust that it's happening so that everything else can come into alignment as it should. So I would just, the biggest advice is to remember the bee spirit. I persevere and reap the rewards. That's your affirmation. And to practice gratitude, to be thankful. Maybe with the new moon, this is also like for the manifestation. Write down all the things you're thankful for, as if you have them, even if you don't. So the things that you want, say I want to buy a new home, write out, I am so grateful for, oh my gosh, this amazing home that, that I'm living in now. And write out maybe what it looks like for you. It has this many bedrooms and has this and that. And, if you really want to have it, be powerful, for me, I feel like with a new moon, when you're trying to manifest, is to plant it, literally take the paper and plant it in the ground. I've planted one. This is the craziest thing. I think it was the Capricorn new moon. There was a new moon in an earth sign, maybe Virgo. Anyway, it was within the last couple months. And I literally wrote out like all of that. And I had this planter of flowers outside, and it was kind of struggling. It would like die and it would come back, and because we had just such a lot of heat in Ohio. And I'm not kidding you, I planted that and it came back to life, and then the flowers were purple, and now it's got red flowers. I have no idea how, red and white ones. I'm like, where did that come from? Right? And red is like the earth. I just realized this. Oh my gosh, that's the root chakra. That's the foundation. So it sounds crazy, but it's very powerful to actually engage in planting your dreams to make them grow. So I hope that was helpful for you, pile one. That was actually, I feel like, an amazing reading. So congratulations on that. All right, we are switching now to pile two, which is the skull. So we are going to see what air sign vibe is coming in. This is so interesting. Okay, so we've got, it's not bad. Let's just see what we got. Pull them all out. Wow, you guys. This is crazy. This is like the same thing that happened in number one, where we have all the cards that are so tied together in an amazing way. So if you didn't watch number one, I explained that in my Zodiac sign vibes decks, I have a lot of different energies in those. I have the shadows, I have the positive aspects of the signs, but I also have 3 natal chart key cards and 3 Zodiac. 3 natal chart key cards, 3 tarot card key, and this one is the natal chart key that came out for Libra. And we are in Libra season. We're entering Libra season. The Libra new moon is coming up. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So you yourself may be a Libra. It doesn't have to be, but if it is, maybe that's extra confirmation, or you may be dealing with, somebody in your life in a significant manner who's a Libra. But this is about, as you can see, the scales, the natal chart, like the actual, the constellation of Libra is the scales. So what I picked up on right away with that is that this could be that some of you need to find balance, and that's clearly what came out in the cards. I mean, I couldn't make it up if I tried. So for the tarot, the Halloween tarot clarifier, we got the Emperor, which is a major arcana, and the Emperor is divine masculine energy. It's also like boss energy. It's leader. You know, it's the leader. And what I'm getting is that for some of you, you are working too hard. There needs to be a balance with you having time for yourself, time for your passions, time to just reflect and be still. So I think that's the energy that's coming in for you now, is finding a way to find balance and pursue things that bring you peace and bring you happiness. So what we have for the Everyday Witch Oracle is give into passion. Look how beautiful this is. This is just, I mean, gorgeous. You've got the cat in the background. There's butterflies, music. She's just like connected to the earth. And the colors are very much like fall. And it's the colors of the root and the sacral chakra. But it's just like, this is given to passion. This is finding that balance of doing something that makes you happy, makes you feel relaxed, that gets you out of that daily grind. So, you know, it's easier said than done sometimes, but are there tasks, you know, at work or at home that can wait till tomorrow? You know, can you, you know, find that balance by saying, you know what, I'm going to wait to do the dishes until tomorrow. Instead, I'm going to take that time where I would normally do the dishes and maybe do a little bit of laundry. I'm going to just walk outside because it's a beautiful fall evening. I'm going to walk around outside and I'm going to connect to nature. That small act, and just taking time to connect to your breath and stillness, and reflect on things, it really can help balance the scales. We also have cherishing self. I accept and love myself. This is, again, that self-care, that indulging, you know, maybe having a glass of wine and, you know, a nice dinner, or buying yourself flowers, or just sitting down and relaxing and having a cup of tea. Again, you know what, I don't feel like doing this right now. I'm tired. I'm just going to honor myself, and I'm going to sit down and I'm just going to relax and watch my favorite show, or just do something that is calming. Take a hot bath. I'm getting very much like self-care. And I'm also getting, you know, for some of you that perhaps the daily grind and perhaps the job that you're doing isn't fulfilling you. It's one thing if it's a lot of work and it's stressful, but you know, you ultimately enjoy it. But I'm getting for some of you that you have other passions, you have other talents that you want to pursue, and you don't feel like you're living or speaking your truth, and that you feel like that there's a time, this is the time like to change. And I feel like, you know, if you were drawn to the skull, there might be a reason for that. The skull, you know, represents death, and the butterflies here represent rebirth. It's like something maybe needs to go. And amethyst is tied to the third eye chakra, which is our intuition. So you may be, you know, tired of using, you know, being in that emperor energy all the time, and you want to be more in that creative, more that flow, more, you know, your intuition is telling you maybe you have spiritual gifts or artistic talents that you want to do more with in your daily life. And so you're starting to reflect on that. So we have some affirmations coming up that will help you with that process. But with the Sacred Forest Oracle, we got reflecting pool, stillness. I mean, again, 3-3, wow, that's a master number. That's about connecting to spirit. You know, for me, it's like balancing your masculine and feminine energy and connecting to spirit. That's like the Holy Trinity. But you can just see, it's like, again, you've got messages of cherishing self, giving into passion, and stillness. It is literally about slowing down, balancing, and reflecting and figuring out what it is that you want out of your life. So for the new moon, you can't make this up, guys. Now it's a new moon in Libra. This card is full moon in Libra, but it's still Libra energy again coming through, and it says find a balance. So you've got the scales, which is about balance, which is Libra energy, and you've got this, and you've got the cherishing self and the stillness. So like I said, any way that, small, even if it seems small, just, take things too, like versus worrying, how are you going to get all this stuff done? Take things hour by hour or day by day. Don't worry about what's coming. Oh my gosh, I've got this project coming up in 2 weeks, and I've got this event, and I've got this. Like, it will definitely throw you out of balance and, have you more in this emperor, like, you can see he's like commanding and like just this strong, like, so no, it's like you want to be more in this flow, right? This is masculine energy, and I'm getting like, for some of you, you need to balance that feminine side and flow more. And when you let go of worrying about the future as far as how you're going to do this, this, and this, and literally focus on, all right, this is what I have to do today. This is what I absolutely have to do today. I'm not going to worry about anything else. This can wait till tomorrow. This can wait till tomorrow. That can wait till next week. I would like to, but I don't have to. You take that pressure off yourself, because a lot of times we put the pressure on ourselves, right? And if there's things you can delegate, or like I said, things that you can put off or somehow reduce, like, the magnitude of what needs to be done, if that makes sense. Yeah, I definitely need to go clean my garage, and I need to do certain things, but sometimes, it's like I never have an entire day that I can devote to that. But do I have an hour where maybe I can do a certain small thing, like go through one bin? That makes it more manageable, and I don't get overwhelmed. And then that allows me the time to also balance and do the other things I want to do in my life. So here are your animal totem affirmations. You guys had 2 that wanted to come out. We got the fox. I adapt through change. So this is, finding a way to change. I'm getting like adapt your life and change how you approach things, and ways that you can find a balance. And some of you may have, other opportunities coming in, or like I said, are reconsidering your career. And this is like, adapting and knowing you're going to be okay as you make those changes in your life. The blue jay, I am living and speaking my truth. And what I love about this one is it's number 9. That 9s are self-care numbers of solitude, and numbers of change, of closing out cycles, of ending something, which again, we got the skull here that you were drawn to. So you may be drawn to end a current cycle, or to balance, close out certain things to achieve more balance in your life. So I hope that was helpful for you. Group 2, if you'd like to look into your specific situation, you can find the information from my website below to schedule an appointment. All right, so we are moving on to group 3, which is the witch hat. Okay, let's see what we got here. Wow. Okay, so I'm getting a couple of different messages coming through. So if the first things that I start talking about don't resonate, I would encourage you to hang tight and see if the second batch does. So the air sign vibe that came out is secretive. So this is a shadow of Aquarius. So you may be an Aquarius, or you may be dealing with an Aquarius. When I say you could have that in your chart, even if that's not your main sun sign. You'd want to look at your moon sign and all of those things. But it could just be that you yourself are keeping secrets and not speaking your truth in some way, or someone in your life. This is an energy that you've been dealing with. So if we look at the first scenario, I'm getting this could be a romantic situation where, perhaps there's somebody from your past where you never revealed your feelings. You or they, right? Take it how it resonates. But there's the desire here, because we have, for the tarot clarifier, the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is that passionate new spark, that new beginning. Six of Swords is also here. And that's moving on to calmer waters after some sort of a heartbreak, a betrayal, something. Like, I'm getting that somebody didn't fess up and speak their truth here. Something may have never actually manifested to fruition, to where you guys actually dated or were together in some way, because somebody didn't open themselves up. And so the energy that I'm getting here, we've got speak your mind, and I'll show the cards here in a moment once I get through the second scenario, and then I'll tie everything together that'll apply to both. We've got speak your mind, manifesting dreams, truth, which is the raven spirit. Ravens are, crows and ravens are also tied to like death energy, like ending, like something ending. And we've got lighten up. And we'll get to the affirmations at the end. But also what I'm getting here is you could be, hiding your true gifts from the world. Like you maybe have spiritual gifts. Maybe you're into kind of like, the quirky things, like or paganism or witches. You're interested in those things and you want to explore those things, but maybe you're keeping it secret because you're afraid of like explode, like that's creating some sort of a rift, like with if you grew up in a religious family, or perhaps you're in a normal like corporate job, and if you start doing these side things, you're afraid like, oh my God, what will people think? What will people say? And what I'm getting is like, the energy is in either case, right? Be it the romantic situation or you, not speaking your truth in some way. The energy is like, during this time frame, it's like finding that balance to where, you can't, you need to speak your mind in order to bring in the things that you want. Right? In order to move on from that pain that's there and to start fresh, right? I feel like something, the energy is to overcome this and to speak your mind, to say what you need to say, or to show yourself to the world in the way that you're meant to do so. So we've got the speak your mind. And what's interesting to me, actually, I thought these were wands, but actually they look like little dandelions. But at first I thought they were wands, which would have been crazy. But yeah, speak your mind. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, guys. Like, I mean, secretive is the vibe. That's like the foundation of this reading, and it's saying speak your mind. So if you are keeping a secret, you're encouraged to not do so anymore. If you're dealing with somebody who's keeping a secret, I feel like, there's no guarantee that they're going to come forward and speak their truth, but the energies that are present right now are encouraging them to do so. Right now, people have free will, so whether or not they take that action, that remains to be seen. So we've got, for the Gateway Oracle, manifesting dreams. My dreams are coming true. This is like, if you want to reap all of these things, like to bring in the things that you want and you desire, you can't hide your true self. You can't hide your true feelings. So if you are still longing for somebody, you need to tell them that. They're never, this new beginning, you can't move on from what happened if you keep it inside and keep it a secret. And again, that's where we're getting the truth. The raven spirit. I mean, how beautiful is that? This is just absolutely stunning. And that's interesting too, because they're black, obviously blackbirds. The obsidian is black. I feel like, there could have been maybe some negative, a negative way this ended, because we had the swords here. Now, again, the Six of Swords is positive energy. You're moving away from that, right? But I feel like in order to move away from that, somebody's got to talk. They've got to talk and explain what happened, or why they said something, or why they ghosted, or why something ended the way it did. They need to express that. And I feel like for some of you, if the situation is such that maybe that there's no future with this person, perhaps in order to move on from that pain and spark that new beginning, to start over fresh with a new path, what you may want to do is do some energy clearing, right? Maybe write that person a letter and speak your truth and burn it. And that a lot of times is done with the full moon, but it can be done at any time. You don't need to wait until the full moon if you need to get that out. So sometimes it's, keeping things inside, maybe that, if this person, if it's just not appropriate for whatever reason, if it was a dangerous situation, obviously you may not want to reach out to them. If they're remarried or what, something like that, it may still be helpful to get it out into the universe and let it go that way. So I'm getting that for some of you, that with that, and working with obsidian crystals can help clear and protect you from negative energy. But we've got lighten up here as the moon card. So there's something, again, somebody needs to, get out of their head, lighten up, come forward, and clear the air. Or this could just be that you need to let go of something, that you're holding on to that didn't come to fruition, and get it out. You need to free yourself from that energy so that you can bring in and manifest your dreams. And for some of you, this lighten up could be, I guess lighten up as far as letting go of what people are going to think about me. If I start to go to, let's say goddess circles, or start practicing moon rituals, or if I start, taking painting classes, or I start doing this or this or this, or I want to learn tarot, what are people going to think about me? I think Spirit's saying lighten up. Like if your soul is calling you and pulling you in a certain direction to do something, right? That's what you're meant to do. And sometimes it's not easy to be a trailblazer and to make those changes in your life. But in order to manifest your dreams, you have to move forward, and you can't keep things a secret, right? I feel like it's weighing you down. So for your affirmations, we've got, I focus on the task at hand, which that's an interesting one. I think that's more of, along the lines of what I was saying with lighten up, which is just focusing on what it is that you want to do versus how are people going to perceive me or judge me, or what are they going to say, or how this and this and this. Focus on what it is that you want to do and just do it. And I feel like sometimes maybe you're too worried about the consequences. Focus on, I need to speak my truth in this way, and this is what I'm going to do, right? And this mouse, it's anchoring these two, it's like you have two choices, right? Do you want to stay stuck, or do you want to move forward? And I feel like whatever the secret is, in what ways you're hiding yourself or your feelings, it needs to come out. And so this is where that comes to fruition with the giraffe. I hold my head high and am proud of my uniqueness. So I hold my head high, right? I am going to pursue my dreams. And if that's a little different, if it, throws people off, it is what it is, but I'm going to put myself out there, right? Because that's how we manifest our dreams. We don't manifest our dreams by staying, hidden under the water and keeping quiet, right, about what it is we want and just hope it comes to us. We have to actually take the action. And sometimes it's scary as hell. Trust me. The first time I recorded a YouTube video, I was absolutely terrified. I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. I remember watching it back because I thought I have to be able to watch it back and not cringe and not like, oh my God, before I publish it. And I was so, because I'm also a lawyer. And so at the time too, I was working for, a large local corporation. And I was just afraid, like, if my coworkers, like, once that got out, like, how I would be perceived. And, there was a lot of fear for me to speak my mind. And I would also do these posts, and I would post some crazy, crazy stuff. And progressively over time, the stuff that I never would have dreamed that I would share publicly, right, about experiences I've had or about beliefs that I have or, things that I was channeling, in time, it's like, oh my God, a year ago, 6 months ago, I never would have shared that. But now you open yourself up to it. So you don't have to do it all at once. You can take baby steps. But I'm telling you, I was just shocked by how I was received. I was not expected, right? What ended up happening was, because I'm a lawyer, because I have that foundation in a community as somebody who's grounded, as somebody who is respected professionally, people were more drawn to it. People were more like, oh, this isn't like frou-frou, like weirdo, whatever. Like, there's something here because, we respect her in this role. So, we know she's not crazy. We know she's, got her head together. So you may be surprised how it all comes together when you hold your head high and you put yourself out there. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Again, if you'd like to book a session with me, that information is down below, and you can also find links to the decks down below. Until next time, take care.